Hi angels, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is the first month of school tips. So this video is just talking about things that you should know about the first month of school, things that you should do, things that you should start doing, things to do before the first month of school. I'm super excited for this video because it's the second episode in my back to school series of 2020. So let's just get started onto it because I'm super excited for this video and I feel like you guys will love it too. So the very first tip is just know that the first month of school is important. Know that people are going to be judging you. Teachers, students, everybody's judging you. Because it's like a brand new year. You're getting back with your friends. If you're starting like a new school, people are going to be judging you. So you need to look your best in the first month of school. That's literally why people like dress up and stuff, because it's the first month of school. Teachers are looking for your first impression. Things that you're gonna be doing, things like that, how you look, how you act. If you're super positive, teachers love that. So just know in your mind that the first month of school is super important, and also kind of just put yourself out there. I feel like if you're confident and you're good in the beginning of the year, teachers are gonna want to see that throughout the year, so that will just make everything 10 times better. And first month of school, first impressions are super important, just because teachers have this thing where they have to like judge you based on the beginning of the year to the end of the year. And if you've really improved, they're gonna love that from the beginning to the end of the year. So keep that in mind. So obviously the first month of school, just knowing that it's super important is just, I feel like it's just being mentally prepared and ready for a new year. Just knowing that you're being prepared. I'm showing a clock because teachers like when people are on time, put together, and ready for a new year, ready for school, smelling good. Trust me, everything. First impressions, super important. I will do a whole video on things you should do for your first impression. Just saying. The second thing is do feel good things, meaning do things that make you feel good. Because if you start the school year like at your best, teachers are gonna notice that. People are gonna be like, yes, like this girl is on point. If you're feeling yourself, you're super confident, do things that make you feel amazing, because that's just gonna help. So like face mask, things like that. I mean, there's so many things you can do, like pampering yourself, because good mental health is so much better than physical health. I'm just saying, mental health kind of affects your physical health. So if you're mentally prepared for school, mentally ready, you're gonna be ready to take on the new year. And trust me, it's gonna be amazing, and you're gonna do amazing. Trust me. No matter how you start your year, I feel like a good start in the year does affect how you start the rest of the year. But even if you start the year kind of iffy and improve, teacher's gonna remember that, she wasn't super sure about yourself, or he wasn't super sure about themselves. And then at the end of the school year, now I see the confidence and I'm super excited. Maybe I'm gonna have you next year, whatever. People are gonna be super excited. I will say, if you have a new teacher, I feel like it's better than having the old teacher, because you have expectations and things that you have to do. Like, let's say you're a bad student, not saying like bad, but like you're kind of like a class clown. They're gonna want you to kind of like get out of that habit, and they're kind of gonna expect you to be a class clown, if that makes any sense. If you're a good student, they're kind of having this expectation like, oh, this person is a straight A student, so this person needs to be like this year. It's kind of like the thing. Whereas if you have a new teacher, then they're kind of gonna be like, oh, this is a whole new student. I'm really excited to see what they're gonna do, what they're gonna achieve. So keep that in mind also, but also just do things that make you feel good, because you want to start the year strong and healthy. So my third tip for you guys is just to focus on the new year. It's gonna change your life. If you do sports, obviously you want to also focus on sports, but you are a student athlete. Notice how student comes first. So school always comes first when it comes to that. Haven't you guys also noticed that you get benched or kicked off the team if you have low grades? Student comes first. Being a student comes first. So focus on the new year, set goals, make sure you're doing everything that is possible for you to strive this year. The new year is so important, like new school year is so important, because obviously there's so many people that you want to make a good first impression, or continue with a good impression, or start a better impression than you had the year before. I feel like just going back to your old traditions and being your best self is one of the top things you need to do. There are so many things you're going to get distracted on in the new year, like getting caught up with your friends, which is obviously important. But you need to know that school is first, and starting the year off is super important because it kind of just sets the tone for the rest of the year. So if you start super strong, teachers are going to want you to be super strong in the beginning of the year because, you know, in the middle of the year, teachers understand that things happen in your life that are going to make you iffy. Your grades could drop, but they want to see you kind of work for it, if that makes sense. People will help you if you work for it. So that's just my tip on focusing on the new year. My fourth tip, which is the second to last, is set a schedule. What I mean by that is start gaining new habits, go back to your old habits. Just do things that really help you maintain a good schedule, meaning like start getting routines. I know I talk about it so much in so many other videos, but routines are super important. At least to me they are. I feel like honestly, it's super important for everyone because your body naturally goes towards a routine, if that makes sense. So if your body is naturally going for a routine, then you should just try to find good habits so that your body, when you your mind and your body work together, obviously. So when you go back out of school, for example, when you come out of school and you have a dog or something and you instantly take your dog out, eat a snack, start homework, things like that are good routines because obviously you're focusing on school, getting some energy and starting school again, studying and things like that. Another thing that is super important to during the schedule is basically start a good habit. I feel like every year if you start something new that's better than last year, kind of reflecting on last year and being like, this year I want to do this, this, and this. Don't set too many goals, but set a good amount of goals. Like if you have a bad habit of not being able to sleep at night, find things over the summer or just before school starts that are going to help you go to sleep so that you have a good sleeping habits, because good sleep habits are super, super important for your education. Like teachers want to see you awake and alive in your, in your classes. There you go. They want to see you. Obviously they know that sometimes it is hard. So if you get sleepy, do that, try to stay awake. They understand, but you don't want to be the one person that sleeps in class all the time. So set a schedule, start a routine, make new habits. It will help, trust me. So the last and final tip, that was kind of loud, but the last final tip is just to be your best self, meaning 100% dedication from the start. Teachers understand, if you start off super strong and midway you kind of get iffy, your teachers are gonna understand because things happen outside of school. But if you start your school year strong, they're gonna see you as a hardworking person. 100% effort is another thing. Sit in the front of the class. That's another thing. That's like being your best self. I would say sit in the second row. That's what I do. I don't know. I feel like sitting in the front row is just too much. Sitting in the second row feels better than the front row. But if you're sitting in the front of the class, you're just gonna be like, oh, you actually care about your education. Trust me. Obviously, I know it depends on the grade. Like middle school, sometimes your middle school has assigned seats. In high school, probably not. You probably don't have that. But it kind of depends on your school. Start working on good habits, good efforts, just to make sure that you start the school year off strong and that your teachers really are aware of who you are. I am going to do a whole video on first impressions, and I kind of want to do a video on just talking about sports and school and how to maintain both of those for you guys that do sports and school at the same time. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for the love and support, and stay tuned for next Sunday's video, which is the third episode of the Back to School Series 2020. So yes, stay tuned for next Sunday's video because I promise you guys it will be an amazing one. Bye guys.